can't see a thing.
Go on, Rita, baby. Now that sounds really groovy. I tell you what, let's sing. Well, his eyes do see bricks safe and sound. After all he's been around, and in my view he should be crowned the king of limbo. Well, he's had his ups and he's had his downs. He's had his smiles and he's had his frowns. But I still say he should be crowned the king of limbo.
What more can a poor boy do? Working for the likes of me and you. What more can a poor boy say? But I could use your help in any way.
He took his courage to the brink. If it were me, I would turn to drink. Well, that's the reason I think he should be the king of limbo. Yeah, he had to face enough sins, but at least he kept his leggy limbs. I think that we should be crowning him the king of limbo. Take it away, Rita, baby. That's cool.
What more can a poor boy do? Working for the likes of me and you. What more can a poor boy say? But I could use your help in any way.
We've all had fun, you must agree. Even though interactively, but now we feel that Brick should be the king of limbo. I do ups, I do be do ups, I do ups, I do be do ups, I do ups, I do be do ups. The king of limbo. I do ups, I do be do ups, I do ups, I do be do ups, I do ups, I do be do ups. King of limbo.
It's like Thanksgiving, but in April. I fell asleep and I woke up late. But I did do a couple of things, which is good. So I figured I might as well stream today since I didn't stream yesterday. And since I'm behind on this anyway, not that we're going to fail this at all, we're going to do some Pokemon, if I could find it really briefly. I actually do still, and I keep half forgetting this, and I keep infinitely putting it off, but I do need to catch the mythics in both BD and SP. I think I'm up to the same part, but I haven't played Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl in multiple months, bordering on, I think, a year for Shining Pearl, maybe more. This is what happens when I don't have any Pokemon games to play. Or rather, when I don't want to play Pokemon games. I just kind of forget what I was doing in them. And then, like, that discourages me from continuing to go back to finish stuff. It's like just typical stuff if you play a lot of games really long term, and you get to something that's like a really grindy project, it's kind of like, oh, fuck. Well, I don't remember what I was doing. Shit. Who even knows? So, yeah. That is where we are. It is what it is. We'll try to do some more of this. Let me pull up the chart, because I haven't done this in ages. But we had one stream a month ago. I guess this will be this month's stream of Arceus. Why not? Could always be worse. We'll just do it now. It's no biggie. We only have 4 non-EV, non-legendary Pokemon left, so we literally just get to take our pick. Did I set it up last time, actually? Yeah, I literally put them all in my party. Right? No, I didn't put Wordier in. I think I said fuck Wordier. So we just have Ursaluna, Overquill, Wordeer, and Cleavor. They're all some of the unique Pokemon in this game because we did Sneasler. So which one seems to be the least pain in the ass? I mean, like, okay. Cleavor is going to be annoying. What is it, Bug Rock? So it's going to be slow. We need like, I don't want to say grass types. We need like flying types that won't go away. Overquill doesn't really benefit from anything either because there's, what is it, Dark Poison? There's no psychic types that are really aggressive. I guess there's Poison, right? What do we need? Barbarage, which is Poison, and Dark Pulse. I guess maybe we do Overquill. Well, I guess we just harass Carnivines, and I don't know if there's any psychic types where I'm thinking. Because I'm thinking I just go to Coronet, and we just run around Coronet a whole bunch. Or we could look for a shiny, that is true. We could use Cleavor here. Let's actually do this. I'm a very efficient man, of course. I would never pass up an opportunity for a free shiny, courtesy of Arceus. Okay. I would never do such a horrible thing. I'm gonna tell you right now, ZA is not gonna have any of this, by the way. This is purely Arceus and Arceus only. ZA is gonna get to rank A and then probably nothing else, and then that'll be it. We're not gonna be so lucky to have something like this to infinitely farm for forever. Alright. We'll check the island afterwards. Maybe we should just do Cleavor then. What is it? Stone Axe and X Scissor? So, Stone Axe is probably good if we do heavy. So I guess since we're going to have the type advantage here, we look for bug... Okay, so we look for bug types to do X Scissor on? No, that doesn't really make any sense. I'm sorry, I have it backwards. We look for bug types to use Stone Axe on. And then we use X Scissor with heavy style just on anything, I guess. We're not exactly in a great position for that. They're both, what? Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out, I guess. Where's this? Oops. We'll figure it out. So, just being moderately conservative about it, it'll take another 4 streams just to do all non-evolutions. And if I want to do evolutions, we probably do that over the summer. We just do 1 evolution a day, just so we don't burn out. Because that's the #1 thing I could think would happen, is I just get burnt the fuck out. Excellent. All in the stats that don't matter. Okay. What? Who? Oh. Alright, so we use Agile Style Stone Axe, and then we will figure out what to do the other one on. Okay, that's fine. It's only level 16, so this is easy. This is free. I like how it's just a Scyther that is just completely given up on flying. Both of Scyther's forms are incredibly heavy compared to their pre-evolution. I always thought that was kind of funny. Like, the only evolution for Scyther is seriously to adopt a coat of metal. Like, I wonder how that even came about, like, just lore-wise. And it has to be traded, too. I mean, I guess someone had to get the trait evolution. It couldn't just be Steelix in Gen 2. It had to be someone else, I guess. Okay. Here's hoping for a shiny. I haven't really been shiny hunting in this game. Like, you do have to try a little bit. Like, you do have to actually, like, walk around. It's still better than other games. Excellent. Wait, I lost half my life? How? What the fuck? Oh my god. Please hit. I love how if you use an axe in a Nintendo game, your accuracy is just dog shit. This is like Fire Emblem. You'll have everything you need to murder the shit out of some Lance user, and your axe user will miss on like an 85%. And it's like, sorry, what the fuck? Thanks, I guess. You had one job and you failed it. Like, you literally are the anti-Lancer, and you failed your one job. So how do you think I feel? You know, you're trying to get them experience and shit. I mean, they didn't do that to Edelgard because they're nice. They're like, okay, well, if you're going to use Edelgard or just any general axe user, like, you don't have to worry about it. But, man, that shit is brutal. That shit sucks, man. Like, you will literally be, like, one hit away from, like, defeating an enemy. That's happened to me before. And then they just walk over and just deal tons of damage to someone else because you missed. You missed a basic attack. You whiffed it. You're fine, right? Yep. Alright. First we heal. Then you don't have to use full restore. Not gonna overkill that. Imagine that shit. That's what I'm saying. These old Fire Emblem games, man, sometimes you just had to use sword users against lances because it's like, well, what's better? Accuracy or what? You know, like, oh shit, actually let's reload now. And look, I love Fire Emblem. I love the old Fire Emblems as much as the next dude, but holy shit, that is annoying. Like, I don't want to be Mr. God, I hope we get remakes, but Fire Emblem just as a whole could use a whole bunch of remakes. And I really know that, like, taking away remakes means probably they can't make a new game, because then they have to spend time remaking an old game, but holy shit, that is profoundly annoying to be 2-3 turns away. Like, that happens to me in Engage, but, you know, usually you have enough tools in Engage to kind of squeeze by. Like, you'll flat out play, like, an hour of a Fire Emblem mission, and then basically lose on the last turn. And it's like, well, there goes an hour of my life. I wasted it on an 85% chance. Statistically, the odds are in my favor, but it's not 100, so I lose. That's the only good move that they have. It's ironic, too, because then I'm like, hey, I kind of wish we had more lords that don't use swords. And they do. Ephraim is, I think, the first one that doesn't, at least in the Americanized Fire Emblems. And then, like, he's not even voiced in Engage. It's so ass. And I thought his chapters were way cooler than Erika's. Like, not even, like, a super fanboy of Ephraim. I just thought that his chapters were way cooler. What? That's not... Okay, thank you for missing. I pressed it, but it didn't do it. I think I slid my finger weirdly. Yeah, I did. Okay, I slid it off the bumper. Whoops. That's why I do think I will play those old Fire Emblems, maybe this year, if there's time. That would be like a good nostalgic trip to replay some of those really old ones. And with save states, it'll be nice because, you know, if we get fucked, we don't have to do too much. That would be really nice. And then I can cry that they never made the sequel to Blazing Blade. They just never make sequels to, like, any Fire Emblem game. But then it's weird, because then we get Radiant Dawn. But I guess Radiant Dawn just didn't sell well, and it's notoriously very difficult. So then they're just like, fuck it, no more sequels. Tragedy. Tragedy always strikes when you least expect it. Alright, well, nothing there. Fortunately for us, there's tons of Pokemon over here. Is that an alpha? It's not female, so it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, the only thing that matters is a female Combee. A male Combee doesn't even have, like, a shitty evolution. Oops. Okay. I'm just gonna waste this. We have enough money to buy back whatever. You gonna flee? Thank you. Yeah, the last time I played this was the 26th. I didn't look through the playlist like I said I would. I needed to do that, and I didn't do it to make sure that I don't think I missed one. I genuinely think I just played it, what, twice this year? Maybe, not even. What's the alpha following me? Who knows? Who knows? Who cares? Okay. Dude, it's a 90% chance to hit. I've missed it like 3 times in the last 5 minutes. That's ridiculous. Thank you. I do like how Cleavor really does look like a Gen 1 Pokemon. Like, you could really see it in the eyes, too. They went back to the old school style of design for it. Like I said, one of the coolest things about just about this game in general is like actually using the Pokemon. What? Oh, hi. Time of day shift? I guess. One of the coolest things about doing all this is like you actually get to use the Pokemon. I just think there's way too many challenges. I feel like it should be a lot of this or that. Like just use any style or use this one specific style a lot. It feels more like they just randomly assorted a whole bunch of things on a chart. And then they said, yeah, this is good. This will keep them busy. Yeah, this will keep them busy. Because some of these, I guarantee, literally nobody did unless they specifically made it their life's purpose to go out of their way to do. Which would really be peak, honestly. Okay. This is actually very good. Probably have to reload after this. I'm gonna reload anyway. What is it, 40? Oh, God. Well, we're almost halfway. We barely started. We're like 10 minutes in, so, you know what? It could always be worse. Here, you know, just do it once. And after this, we could do it twice. Why did I not rearrange these moves either? Dude, I'm telling you, ZA better have some shit like this, man. I really wonder what it's gonna be like in being stuck entirely in the city when they have all of Kalos to explore. Like, that to me just feels like such a weird design decision. Like, for a Pokemon game, too. So, like, best case, it'll flesh out Lumio City in a way that has never been done before in any Pokemon game to really, like, express how the world is and all the different areas and places that they could have. You know, kind of like Castelia City, but, like, really, really, really fleshed out. Worst case, it just means the game is completely stripped down and simplified because they want to focus more on battling. It's also apparent, or at least rumored, I should say, since nothing's confirmed yet, that Zygarde is number 230. If Zygarde's number 230 and it's the box legendary, odds are that game has less Pokemon than this game. That's at least the unconfirmed rumor, because in this game, Arceus is literally on the cover. And Arceus is number 240. Now, Zygarde wasn't a box legendary in Gen 6. There never was a Pokemon Z. This is kind of, hilariously enough, Pokemon Z a bit. But the idea is that, at best, what are we going to look at? Like, what were the mythicals in Gen 6? Hoopa and Volcanion? That's not roll. I forgot how to crouch. It's B. So odds are not looking too good. It might look like that Zygarde's going to be 230. And if Zygarde's 230, then there's probably less Pokemon in that game, which I'm kind of hoping won't be the case, because I feel like that's the one thing gimping the Legends games, is that even if they don't have every Pokemon up to date when they come out, the low amount of Pokemon, which is effectively less than, slightly under Gen 2, makes it kind of like, eh. Okay, now if there's nothing else here, what we could do is we could go... I think I'm gonna leave. Right? Nothing. What we could do is we could go to Coronet. Coronet has a really, really high amount of bug types. And then it also has grass types. We could just hit up Carnivine, and then once all the Carnivines are defeated, we could change the time of day from the camp right next to it. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. That's basically the fastest way to level up. Oh shit. I lied. That's the fastest way to burn out a bunch of moves. And since we'll strong style it, ideally it'll be a one-shot with better accuracy. But I think X-Scissor has a 100 accuracy rating. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe this summer, just as like part of what I do for everything else, I'm going to try to polish up and finish off like every single thing of Pokemon that I want to do. Now, if XD and Coliseum on the Switch actually do end up having, like, transfer, maybe I'll play those versions, right? Do I feel like they're gonna have it? Probably not. I feel like they'll just... I mean, I don't know. Maybe Nintendo will know that people are gonna complain, so maybe they'll just be like, yeah, if you want, we could just add importing or something. They'll add a menu option. I don't even know. That would be really good. That would save me jumping it through, like, 6 generations myself, which is just a lot of work, and it's a little annoying, and I don't like to do that. But yeah, that would be pretty good. Okay, where's this? Right across. Okay. Let's get this. Staravia. Ah, it's not a back attack, whatever. Okay, good. That's the best case scenario we could possibly ask for. Thank you. Very nice. Alright, let's grab this. We'll go to Coronet. It'll refresh the world. I guess we could also fight the Drifloons. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's kind of free. Yeah, certain Pokemon types are just really hard to max out, unfortunately. Here we go. Okay, let's fight them. Zeke is cool! Is that a Xenoblade 2 reference? Zeke is cool. You always get the most interesting names. The Drifloon wants none of that. That kind of... we resisted. Partially. I don't want to die here. I feel like I should just guarantee the KO. We'll just use one strong style. I do not want to take another hit, even though the rain just started. Oh, you know it too, huh? Okay. That's great. Oh boy, I hope this is a one-shot. Thank you. It was a crit. It was definitely a one-shot. Very nice. Okay. Probably don't need more than that. Definitely do need to heal. Okay. I mean, I've heard the rumor for years. Someone else told me recently that they were going to re-release the old Pokemon games. I kind of said cap, like, I'll believe it when it happens. And I'm always of the mindset, like, I'll believe it when it happens. To me, it's kind of silly. It's like, on the 3DS, like, everybody bought those Pokemon games, the OGs. I would have bought multiple copies if I could have. So to me, it's like a no-brainer. It's like, well, yeah, obviously people are going to buy Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. Unfortunately, the only Gen 4 that we have is the crappy remakes. Which really sucks. I don't know anyone who's prefers the Gen 4 remakes to any other remake. Like, if you really weigh and balance it in your head, like, Fire Red Leaf Green at least added the Sevi Islands and, you know, touched up a lot of things gameplay-wise, soft lock-wise. Like, there's a lot of things that they did to really patch up Gen 1's notorious, like, just its notorious, like, legacy. Infamous legacy might be a better way of saying it. Gen 2 just added so much content. Like, the amount of love and care and all the stuff that you could catch. Yeah, some of it was locked behind events, which obviously you can't do anymore. But just the amount of stuff that they did in Gen 4 was truly mind-blowing. So the Gen 2 remakes, I think, are just the gold standard. If I had to say anything about the Gen 3 remakes, I think they do a good amount of stuff with the Gen 3 remakes. Like, I don't think it's bad, per se. I think that they obviously didn't... I'm going to finish Stone Axe, by the way. I think there's obviously a lot more that they could have done with it that they did not. But I do like some of the changes. I think some of the... Situationally, some of the mechanics and some of the changes are so good. But the problem is that, like, it's overshadowed by what they didn't include. So, like, soaring is a great way to just remove fly as a TM while keeping it interactive. And, like, fly still exists if you must use it. It's probably more of a legacy thing. They probably, without knowing anything about the development of it, they probably were like, yeah, we'll keep fly, but let's try this soaring thing. Like, soaring could very easily add something really cool to a future Pokemon game with a very, very big map. But that's the problem, is that we'll probably never get that, and they would rather just have it be, you know, a black screen to teleport, which is, like, one of the laziest ways to do it. They don't even, like, do, like, a metaphor or a persona where they have, like, a cool little, like, thing. It's just a fade to black. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we have to use 10 more Agile style stone scissors. Should we just do that now? Let's fucking do it now. Actually, no, let's leave. Let's leave, because maybe we'll get an outbreak that we could do it on. But yeah, like, there's some good things about Gen 6. I like the whole multiverse thing. I talk about that quite frequently. Oh my god. Look, I probably have enough shiny Abras. Abra is not a good shiny. But... there's always the chance we could get a good shiny Abra. I should save, actually. Nah, I don't really want to... It's two Pokemon I don't really care about. Let's do Abra, because Abra's probably the rarer shiny, and we just did an Abra outbreak last stream. Let's do one now. Okay. And then we'll change the time of day to nighttime. Let me turn up my volume so I can actually hear it. Why are you still here? Wait, where is it? There it is. Okay. Actually, you do have to save, because if one spawns and you scare it off, you're fucked. So I do have to save there. Safety save. Where are they? What? Fuck. Okay. Oh my god! Okay. Alright. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not even expecting it. I'm like, oh, it's nice when the game plays itself. It's nice when a Pokemon game plays itself. Alright, so I actually don't know. What is the plan here? Because I don't have a ton of box space. Dude, I gotta dump all these Pokemon out of my boxes and into, like, Shining Pearl or some shit. I never use Pokemon Home. I never do anything Pokemon related anymore. Like, what the fuck? You don't even expect it. It's like, how is this even happening? I forgot what it was like to even get a shiny in this game. It's been so long. It's like, oh my god. Alright, is there a chance we could Sticky Glob it? Probably not. It has to spawn... Where the fuck did it go? You see why I don't like Abra events? They could just teleport like that, and you're pretty much fucked. Okay, I really don't want to have to catch a bunch of Abras, but at least we know now it's in the event. You know, I'm just gonna try to throw a Pokeball. Right? You could probably... I think Abra you could throw a Pokeball at any point, because it doesn't aggro to you. This is unfortunately the worst shiny to try to catch in any Pokemon game, because it just flees immediately. Well, I made the right call. I said Abra instead of Sneasel. Made the right call, 100%. Even though I'm training this other Kadabra. Okay. Okay. Are they still there? I really hate this. They really teleport way too much. Okay, here we go. I don't think it left. Shit. Wrong ball. Damn it. Oh no! Stop this bullshit. Jesus Christ. Stop this shit. How? Thank you. What in the fuck, dude? Alright, anyway. Let's go back. Let's change the time of day tonight. There it is. Haha. Dude, what in the fuck? We have one box space! Oh my god, are you serious? No, we have a few. We have a few. I lied. What the fuck? Dude, I have to dump an entire box worth of Pokemon. I have to see which ones I actually want to keep, and then dump the rest into Shining Pearl. That's really just what I have to do. I have some Pokemon in here. I think there was a Toxicroak or something I caught that I thought was kind of cool. Yeah, I gotta move some of these. I don't know. I'll deal with that later. Oh my god, when the fuck did I catch you? August 30th. He's just sat in the wrong box for half a year. Okay, not you two. Walrein. It's a shiny from last year, dude. Yeah, what the hell? I really have not played this game that much. So really, realistically, we move everything down by one, like this. There you go. There it is, Altissima. Why do I call you that? Oh, because you were the one that got stuck in the tree. That's why. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of remembering now. Was that in February? That was last year? What? I must have just gotten home from Florida. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Nightfall. Dude, what in the fuck? That's crazy. Me and playing this game on holidays is a match made in hell, dude. Okay. Alright, we want to fight... Hopefully we don't find a bunch of shinies. There's always the odds that we find, like, 10 shinies and I'm fucked. That is always possible on this game. Ow. Alright, so we need to use Stone Axe. Now we can just use it... Whoops. Now we can just use it strong style. Just one shot. I drifted. It's not even something you're really supposed to do. Oh, that's funny. I also would like to play Tales of Symphonia. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, though. I'm already mentally starting to move stuff to next year. I would like to play Tales of Symphonia HD. Or the one that came out recently. Which for some reason does not include the sequel. I'll probably play Tales of Symphonia for the PS4, and then go play the Dawn of the New World, which I'm way less familiar with. That's one I only played once compared to Symphonia. Symphonia I'm very reasonably familiar with. But the thing about Tales games is like really knowing all the intricacies of the combat and the gameplay is definitely something that like always eludes me. Like I'll learn a couple things. I don't know if there's like really big forums for Tales, but it's definitely like when you get to the high levels of gameplay in a Tales game, it's definitely very different. I think Vesperia just happens to be the most documented because it's probably the one people did the most with. Like with Vesperia, there's a lot of setups you could do to farm grade. If you put Rita onto... If you set Rita up correctly, you could have her hit enemies with Whirlpool... Was it Tidal Wave? You could have her hit them with Tidal Wave for like, I think it's 5 to 10 minutes straight. It barely uses any MP. You never run out of overlimit. And that's how you farm grade, at least in the base game. I don't know if they've changed it for the HD, or like the, you know, the bigger collection that they had a few years ago. But that's how you would farm grade on the 360. So you could go into the grade shop with tons of grade put up. Now, I did it a little bit. I did say, like, yeah, maybe someday I'll go back and do more. But, you know, like, now we're talking about stuff I said a long time ago that didn't happen. But I think it's cool when you have a game that has that much stuff in it that you could really do. You know, remember, that was a very early 360 title. That was, like, Microsoft's big push to have a lot of JRPGs on the 360. That was a long time ago. And that's one of my favorite things that they did, is that they really tried. Some of the most unique RPGs ever created came out during the 360 era, I would say. Whether they're Western or Eastern. But especially Eastern, some of those RPGs are just so outlandish. Like, Eternal Sonata is insanely outlandish. It's such a good game. It's so good, some of the twists in Eternal Sonata. Has one of my favorite plot twists in all of RPGs. Blue Dragon was good. Lost Odyssey. Basically, Mistwalker is this flash-in-the-pan studio that made some of the most depressing and, like, fulfilling games I think I've ever played. And then they just were like, alright, we dropped 2 bangers and we're out. And we're never coming back. And it makes me very sad to think that they never came back after that. Like, I don't think they really did much. Excellent. Thank you. Alright, please hit. Thank you. Star Ocean. Last Remnant. Some of them I didn't really play. Magna Carta 2. I didn't even like Magna Carta 2. I thought Magna Carta 2 was kind of ass, I'll be honest with you. Oh, I'm sorry. It was to use agile style moves. Okay, well it kind of doesn't matter, does it? I guess it doesn't. Okay, whatever. Let's go down here. We'll use it. The enemies are a little weaker. And it's a shame. Like that era of gaming just completely died out because, and as much as I was definitely someone who assisted in that, you know, it was kind of nice. It was different. Like, you know, you could play a single player game, then hop on MW2, but basically shooters and multiplayer just ruled the day. It's very unfortunate. But you could have dozens of series. Apparently, there's a new Prototype game being made. Like, I barely even played Prototype 1 over a decade ago. I never played Prototype 2. Now they're gonna make Prototype 3, which is wild to me. And it's like, who even remembers Prototype? I'm not even saying Prototype's bad. I'm just saying, like, damn, dude, like, what was the industry decision behind making a new Prototype in 2025? I mean, I have to look into it myself, but that's what Gundam Otaku's been telling me. He's like, yeah, they're making a new Prototype, allegedly. Imagine that. Imagine a new Prototype in 2025. If only so many other series could be so lucky that they're so beloved or they're just randomly chosen. I think it was published by Activision, so I wonder if it's Activision or someone else. That's why I'm going to look into it. But you know what? Hey, I'm not going to say no. Just like Darksiders 3 might not have been the best game ever, but I was still happy it happened. It definitely was not one of the better Soulsborns I played, by far. I played a lot of them because that's pretty much... Basically, whenever they make a new game now, there's only one of 3 archetypes. You're either making a Souls game, a Nier clone, or a God of War clone. That's it. That's your pick. But, you know, it was alright. I didn't hate it. It just needed a lot more polish. But, you know, I'm hoping that's one of the few things that gives me hope is that maybe some of these series will come back. They'll be handed off to, like, AA studios. And then they'll be able to get some people to play it. You know, they'll be able to say, like, listen, remember when you liked this series? Come, you know, we're not, no tricks, no weird shit, no DEI. Here's just an old school style game, just the way you like it. It'll be like after years of eating shit out of an air fryer or whatever people do now. Are you at least a female? I don't think it's a female. Kind of crazy how this has spawned twice now. Is it a female? I guess we're gonna do this and see. It's probably not. It is! Holy shit! Yo, I'm actually gonna catch this. What? Hello? Now you see, I fucked up. I could have thrown a heavy ball. I'm gonna run out of box space. Holy shit. I'm so cooked. I don't think I've ever seen a What is going on? This is a 1 in 8, by the way. The fact that both of them spawn next to each other is 1 in 8 and 1 in 8. They're not linked, but it's still wild that we actually got a 1 in 8 and a 1 in 8. Oops, I did not agile style that. Very unfortunate. That's really low odds to get a female. Okay, I could not tell you what language that is. At this point, Viv, I'm more surprised that you remember that. Because I forgot about it, too. Ugh. Russian? Okay, well, I'm bad. I knew it was some kind of European, but I'm not a linguist enthusiast, okay? I speak one language. Is this enough, by the way? I feel like this is enough. I think we stopped getting pop-ups, so I think we definitely did more than 10. Nope, never mind. We didn't get a pop-up because I didn't agile style it. Okay. Dude, another female. 3 females, including 1 alpha. Sell dust, you owe money, don't miss this chance. Bro, that sounds like you're running in with the Russian mob, dude. Like, this is a GTA fucking trailer. You will sell the dust. Another female! Dude, are you kidding me? I'm not catching it. This sucks. Dude, look how many females we found. We found 4 fucking Combi females in like 2 minutes. I've never seen that, and I will never see that again in any Pokemon game ever. Whatever the equivalent is. I will never see that. We rolled a 1 in 8 4 times out of what, like 7 possible spawns? Sorry, who? I think it's this one. That's ridiculous. See, this is where my RNG goes. It's so dumb. Oh, nice. Damn. Okay. So how many times do we have to do this? 23? Okay, we might as well stop here. We'll go to a new area and we'll use X Scissor. There's no reason to continue beating up on the bugs. We're gonna beat up on weeds instead. I can't believe that shit. That's so insane. Whatever. By the way, we found our shiny of the stream. So stream is saved, even though I haven't done that tradition in forever. Oh my lord, he actually put it in Cyrillic. How long did it take you to do that? There's like a thing you have to put, right? Like different keyboard. Let's save, by the way. Not that I think this game will crash, but it would be super funny if it did. Okay. Ah, we're not doing Silcoon. Wrong camp. Yeah, I would say about Google Translate gives you both. Okay. It's been a while since I've used Google Translate. There you go, down here. Alright. Go right up here, we walk around, then we drop to the bottom floor, rinse, repeat. But because it's Coronet, the weather will change. They'll likely respawn before we even finish a loop. Oh. Shit. Is this one of your normal... Fuck. Whoopsie. Okay, it's not gonna... Yeah. Alright, really quickly, let me look this up. Cleavor. Cleavor. If I level up. Yeah, X-Scissor. When does a Pokemon learn Strong Style? Battle mechanics. A Pokemon can master its moves by leveling up. A master move can be used in one of two new styles in addition to regular version. Turns of how you master. Hold on. How do you master a move? What the fuck? Oh. If a Pokemon can learn a move by leveling up, it can also master that move by leveling up. Okay. Let's just go. Okay, let's leave. And let's go see if we could just give her a Seed of Mastery. Because I don't really feel like feeding candies until it levels up. That feels like a waste. It doesn't feel like a waste. It is a waste. So let's just not do that. Oh my god, we actually have to go over here. The phrasing are all fucked up. Yeah, that's why you can never cheat. That's one of the classes you can't really cheat on is a language class, because AI and all this other stuff is not generally good enough to do phrasing and all the other weird stuff. So teachers are pretty good at picking that out. A lot of other classes you could cheat on, you could do stuff. That is not one of the classes you could do it. Cleaver. X-Scissor. Yes. I don't even know how many mastery seeds I have. There you go. Hiya. Okay. Haven't had to do this in a while. It's a shame that they didn't do more with this game. I feel like they definitely could have had a lot more DLC and stuff for this game, man. And that would have been like an easy slam dunk. That's really unfortunate. That's just unfortunate. Quick attack over Calm Mind? Probably not. Yeah, we don't need anything else. Did it change the moves? Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay. What was it again? Agile? No, Strong Style? Strong Style. We already finished Agile, I think. Yeah, we did. We did. Thank you. Someday we'll come back for all the other Pokemon, like all the special Pokemon that we've captured. We'll import them into something else, for sure, someday. Yeah, I'm hoping that XD and Coliseum both have, like, importing and stuff. That would be really nice. I wonder if Coliseum is still going to have the infinite daycare glitch that you could do. No, I'm sorry, it's not the daycare glitch. It's, that one corner of, Agate Town that you can walk down in and disconnect your controller. You might not be able to do that, though, because controllers are now wireless. Maybe you'll be able to do that if they let you use the GameCube controller again. You could disconnect it while it's moving. You set the neutral position of the controller to being, is it up? I think? I forget which way you set it. And then you just let your character walk down. You just do that until even the hardest Pokemon to purify become purified. Is it a little cheesy? Yeah, it is. You're kind of dodging the whole purpose of it. But I'm not going to lie to you, without the Purify Chamber, some of those Pokemon are just really annoying. Like, who wants to fucking purify Shadow Miltank? I don't think I've ever done that. Not once in my life have I ever purified Shadow Miltank through battling. Like seriously, Coliseum ends up being very grindy. Not even, like, difficult grindy, just grindy. It's just a grindy game to empty these gauges. Purified Chamber was a great addition, because you have to do a little bit of extra stuff, but nothing too crazy. And then I could get Ho-Oh without having to import it, because it's one thing I didn't do with the playthrough at the very end, is I didn't get Ho-Oh. I was like, I'll do it, and I never did it. Because to get Ho-Oh, it's a lot of work, and it requires you to do 2 different fucking modes, which is also kind of weird. They give you 3 boxes worth of Pokemon. I don't think you could fill up the 3rd box. It's a very weird game. Because you can't even catch Pokemon. At least in XD, you can catch Pokemon. So you can theoretically fill up a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's not a huge deal, but it is something that is a little bit like, eh. So yeah, we'll do Assassin's Creed next week. It's going to take the Saturday, Sunday slot. I kind of already sectioned out all 4 of the games we're actively playing. So Saturday, Sunday's Assassin's Creed. Monday, Wednesday is Rise of Ronin. Did I say Thursday, Xenoblade? Thursday, Xenoblade. Tuesday, Final Fantasy. And Friday is a new game that I definitely want to get started on. So actually, we're more like juggling 5 games, which we need to make more progress in most of them anyway, so it'll work out. So that's why Arceus kind of came out today, because Arceus is just a placeholder, and Arceus will disappear as quickly as it came. It will disappear back into the ether. What time is it? 10:20. I wonder if we'll have enough time to get good headway into Overquill. Probably. We could just stay here and just do Barb Barrage a whole bunch. But I'm using X-Scissor, right? Yeah, okay. I'd think. Uh, 13 more and 9 more. Okay, so we just use it 13 more times, which is not a big deal. Reload. I have to reload 2 more times on top of this. Okay, down. Ow! I forgot I changed that. That could have been bad. I don't even know. I guess it's just because Coliseum battles just take so long. It's not even necessarily the animations. It's a very long game. Because every single fight is a double battle. Both Pokemon come out one at a time. There's just a lot of things that really inflate the timer for that. They really bloat the time, they really bloat the amount of time you spend playing that game. If that game had 2... That's a game that needs 2x speed, like Final Fantasy 12. It really does need 2 and 4 times speed. Ironically, if it had that, purifying via walking would be way simpler, especially with the Agate Village glitch exploit. I think it's it's more an exploit. You're literally just walking. You could accomplish it by holding your thumb, right? It's not like it's some crazy shit. It's not even that game-breaking, because all the experience that that Pokemon would have gotten via battling, it won't. So because of that, that's actually really funny. So, like, even if you do that exploit, all it does is make the Pokemon normal. It doesn't give it any experience it would have earned via battling. So you're not, like, screwing yourself, but you're also not, like, giving yourself this insane advantage. I guess the only thing you're doing is you just won't end up in hyper mode. And, you know, in the years since these games have come out, I've seen people say, like, oh, hyper mode is, like, so broken, hyper mode sucks. But, like, they do reward you for hyper mode. Like, the whole point is that it's a drawback. It's a gameplay mechanic you do have to play around. If the Pokemon just listen to you with shadow moves, like, the game wouldn't have any challenge. It would literally, there would be no difference between a shadow Pokemon and a normal Pokemon. So I actually do like hyper mode. Ironically, I play around it. Because generally, by that point, like normal Pokemon are just better than Shadow Pokemon. They just are. The only reason you bring a Shadow Pokemon is I think they resist Shadow moves. And then we have to fight a Master Greevil and catch all his Pokemon. They do mess with the catch rates, though. I did find that out, I think, recently. Those catch rates are not the same as if they were normal Pokemon, because otherwise you would never catch anything. I know that the Teddiursa and the Makuhita are scripted captures. You are guaranteed to capture Makuhita in Coliseum and Teddiursa in XD. You are guaranteed. That they don't even let you fight Teddiursa. And listen, I'm of one mind. I think that you absolutely catch Bayleaf. And you just use Mantine to defeat Dakim. Dakim being one of my favorite Pokemon bosses ever. You're just fighting this dude who's actually using Earthquake strats, and he just whips out a fucking Entei. Like it's just a casual day for him. Here's my ace in the hole. Go, Entei! You're like, the fuck you mean, Entei? The last guy had a Pseudo-Woodo. But yeah, you know, it's really funny how they made a whole game around making Johto Pokemon available. And no Ditto. The one thing you would need to really get cracking, no Ditto. That's a Gen 3 game, man. I love that game so much. I know so much about Coliseum and XD. And they added like a real, like they added a lot of shit to those games. Like they have fully fleshed out Coliseums, battle modes, all kinds of stuff. It really is very well done how they did that. It's like one of my, okay, 4 more times. It's like one of my favorite games that I think I played as a kid. Even if it's one of those games that's like really long and like not difficult, but just, you know, it's a commitment. Oh, fuck. Oops. It is one of those games. I do really enjoy Coliseum. That's why the GameCube library that they're adding kind of disappoints me, because I'd rather just, A, just pay for it and not subscribe, but B, because I know that Coliseum definitely could benefit from a remake. Not like in the sense that they add new Pokemon, I guess more like a remaster. Adding new Pokemon wouldn't fix it. Like, I feel like it's perfectly fine as is. The only thing I think is, like, if you want to change some moves around, then sure, like, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not going to say no to, you know, fixing moves in the type split, the physical special split. Which is precisely why so many Pokemon are ass in the first 3 gens, and then they become really good because they can actually take advantage of their stats. Like, imagine having Gyarados, and Gyarados has, like, this really awful special attack, but it's mostly a physical, like, it just has moves that are mostly physical, that it can't really take advantage of. Alright, one more. None of you respawned, really? I actually cleared it out before the weather changed. Okay. Do they respond if it's just a little while? I know these guys are using Translate for stuff in games. The 40k Space Marine has a stethoscope. My art is death in Latin, even though I know that's not the order in Latin. I wish I could tell you. It's been so long since I've taken a Latin class. I might very well still have one of my notebooks from Latin, but yeah, I kind of get that, because you have to, what do you call conjugating for nouns? There's a certain way that you write it. It's like nominative, genitive. There's accusative. That's the 4th one. I forget the 3rd and the 5th tense for Latin. It's been a long time since I've done it. I definitely still have some of my notebooks for it somewhere. And each one has a different, It's like conjugating, but for a noun. There's a specific word for it. But now, there's no way I'm remembering this. I took that class 18 years ago. And then there's male, masculine, feminine, and then neutral nouns. Like a lot of languages have that. We don't really have that in English. Oh shit. Ow. Alright. On to Overquill. Very nice. Easy. Habitat unknown, of course. Good times. A lot of things that I did as a kid I would appreciate much more now. Like music class, I would appreciate that much more now. Oh my god, I don't have any of the moves on. What is it? Bar Barrage and something else? Water Pulse? Okay. Dark Pulse. What the fuck? I guess we could get rid of Poison Jab, huh? Yo, what's funny is Spike actually does damage in this game. Woo-wee! Okay. Pin Missile. They buffed Pin Missile. Yeah. They turned it into a damage over time move. They buffed both of these moves. One of them doesn't even deal damage. So we don't need Water Pulse. Yeah, Aladdin's very famous for doing that. That's one of the things you really have to get used to whenever you try to, well, if you were to have a class in it, which is probably really rare at this point, right? I don't think many people are rushing to have classes in Latin. That's only me and my esoteric-ass schools. Making me do all sorts of weird shit. But you know what? It was different. It was unique. I missed it. And I missed it, and I still miss it a little bit for the nostalgia. You know, because back then, right, like, that was right at the end of my GameCube era, right? There was a brief period of time where I was off the GameCube era, right? Like, you know, I had 6-7 years of playing GameCube, right? Like, 2001 to 2007-ish, and then the Wii came out. What was it? Fall of 2007. So like I had like 6 years of just GameCube. I always talk about this. In my mind, there's always the early GameCube era, the middle GameCube era, and then the late GameCube era, right? And like I divvy up games in my head based on when they came out, according to that. You know, it's like how people classify like different time periods, like Egypt or something has different time periods. Same sort of principle here. And so, like, for me, like, I remember just at the end of the GameCube era, right as it was giving out, was like a lot of things, right? 2008 was right around the corner. iPhones and all sorts of stuff. YouTube was finally starting to kind of come into itself, which was nice. Oh, good times, man. And I'm over here fucking translating Latin sentences and getting fucking mediocre grades. Awful class. I didn't hate the teacher. Just a terrible, terrible class for me to take. It was very brutal. I was not good at Latin at all. Had to take it though. But you know, that's just part of speaking a different language. They just structure it completely differently. And that's why it's very interesting for me to ask people, like, when you speak or you know, when you think in languages, which one do you think in? This is just one of those things. It's very interesting to do, to ask. Where is this pointing? Where is the objective marker? What the fuck? Where was that? 400... I don't even know. I just thought about that. I was like, what? How does that even work? They don't know the hardware, they know their stuff. How do they make it do this? It's just one of those things. It's just been it's been a long time, man. I mean, like, even when you think about this channel proceeded to exist only a year and a half after all that. I was right on my way out of middle school. I was just a few days shy of 13. No, a few days shy of 14. That's how close that timeline is. Because this channel has existed since, is it May 11th or May 13th? I forget which. Some places, I think it was May 11th, because some places say May 11th, some places say May 12th. That's how old this channel is. There you go. Great, huh? Drop, drop, drop. Thank you. One class I do miss, besides chemistry. I love chemistry. I thought chemistry was like... chemistry has some topics I don't like. But there are, like, I like momentum and early parts of physics. And then after that, I just don't have fun with physics. To be fair, I didn't really have a great physics teacher, so I don't know how much I would like. So, I don't know. You could be boring and say early, middle, and late. I don't know, man. Like, we could say upper, middle, lower. No, I mean, yeah, it's early GameCube era, middle GameCube era, and late GameCube era. Like, oh, I'm actually full. Okay. I don't know what my favorite era would be, because technically, if you're playing GameCube games in the summer of 2005, you're basically playing like every major GameCube game that's out, except like Twilight Princess. That's the only... You survived? That's the only game that, to my remembrance, wasn't really out at the time. But, you know, like, I think about, like, what are some of the early and middle GameCube games? Like, if I were to go down my library, I could tell you, like... 007 Agent Under Fire. That's an early PS2 and GameCube game. It's not on the PS1. So that would have been a next-gen game, man. Like, oh, whoops, wrong Pokemon. That would have been a next-gen game. No one would say that today. Nightfire is a 2002 game. Because they have the trailer for Die Another Day in it. Can't even play that on YouTube. Even though it's a 20-year-old movie. Still a trailer, still gets you claimed. Just playing a Bond game is like asking to get content ID'd. But whatever, as long as it doesn't get struck, I don't really give a shit. That's like the biggest thing about it for me. Okay. But, like, what are my favorite GameCube games? I don't know. I feel like the middle era has a lot of good stuff. Like, Pikmin 2 is middle era. Metroid Prime 2 is a 2004 game? It might be 2005. Let me look. When did Metroid Prime 2 come out? Wind Waker is a late game. Or an early game. Or a mid game, sorry. Metroid Prime 2. That's 2004. 2004 in America... Yes. See, okay, here's the craziest shit about Metroid. America gets Metroid games earlier than the Japanese. So we got it November 15th, 2004. Europe gets it the 26th of November, 2004. Australia gets it December 2nd. Funnily enough, Japan gets it May 26th. They get it on my birthday, 2005. They get it like, what? 7 months later, So, funnily enough, Metroid Prime 2 is actually a birthday game, just not in the region I live. That is a game that came out on my birthday. Metroid Prime 2. I didn't know that until now, but that's crazy. Yeah, but I know that America gets Metroid games earlier than the Japanese, because Metroid's just bigger here than it is in Japan, unfortunately. Which is sad, because if you look at the trailers for Metroid in Japan, they're lit. They're live action, I think. Ugh. Oh, it did sell over 1 million copies. Yeah, but Prime 3 sold more. But Prime 3 was also almost a launch title for the Wii. It's unfortunate, because I think Prime 2 is the best aesthetic and the best storytelling. Just the worst beam system. Prime 1 had it really well done. At least you could switch beams. I just don't like the ammo thing. I think that it needed to be more intricate than just like, hey, I'm a dark creature. I'm weak to light. Okay, cool. Okay, well, you're in the light world, but here's some more dark creatures. Okay, well, I guess I'm never going to use the dark beam. So, funnily enough, the dark burst is actually, like, not even a good weapon. You basically use it on the Chica fight, and then you never use it again. And the sonic boom is just not worth it. Like, literally, it's not even worth it. And the sunburst is, like, too slow. So, basically, like, half that game you just beat just using the power beam, because everything has to be weak to the power beam, so that way you always have a way to damage a foe, which is why, like, the whole idea of a beam ammo system kind of falls apart because of that. It's like, if everything's weak to the power beam, I might as well just use super missiles, because you just start swimming in missiles in that game. Once you get over the Boost Guardian, you really just have too much ammo. Okay. And I say this as a dude that likes the game. I genuinely think it's one of the coolest Metroid games out there when you consider all the shit that happens in it. You get to see the Galactic Federation in action, all kinds of stuff. So here's hoping that maybe it'll get a HD remake or HD port before Prime 4. Would be pretty dope if they just dropped it on the anniversary of the Japanese release, you know? That would be pretty dope. Could you imagine? The birthday stream is just out of nowhere Metroid Prime 2. Yo, that would be fire. It's not gonna happen. But, like, that would be so crazy. Like, on the Japanese release. Available today! It's so weird. Why did they remaster Prime 1 and nothing else? Like, what? Why? Like, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I love Prime 1. But it's like, why stop? It's so ridiculous. And Hunters is forgotten. And you know what? Honestly, there's the rumor is that they're already working on Prime 5. Prime 4 isn't even out. I'm cool with that. I'm not gonna say no to more Prime games. Are you kidding me? It's like, yes, no, or no, don't give me more of what I want. Keep giving me things I don't want. Yeah, I'm good. No, thank you. I love Prime, by the way. In case you couldn't tell. Oh, man. Could you imagine, dude? Yeah, Prime 1 sold almost 3 million copies. It's regarded as one of the best video games. I totally agree. That game is so immersive. That's a very high contender for if you could play this game again, knowing nothing about what you know about it. Yeah, that's one of the games for sure. If I could play it again like it was the first time, Prime 1 or Pikmin 2. It's gotta be, it's one of those two. Definitely. Or Mario Sunshine. It's like the trifecta of GameCube games. Like playing it again. Or I guess Heart Gold Soul Silver's at like number 4. If you could get all the stuff in it and I could do the playthrough I did again. Because when I played it, I traded over a Piplup and a Torchic egg. So I could have all my favorite starters. Oh, I was cooking, bro. We were big balling. That was so fun. I have high hopes for that Donkey Kong game, though. I know the Switch 2 is going to be a contentious topic among people, and I don't blame them. But I do have high hopes for the Donkey Kong game. It's very rare that I play a non-Game Freak Nintendo game, and I'm not pretty much satisfied by the experience. Man, I hope they remaster Prime 2. That would be so dope. Oh, man. Even if it's a double pack, I know they said they probably wouldn't do as much. I just hope it happens. It has to happen before Prime 4, for sure. That and, like, a new Star Fox game. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like they're kind of meandering around the fact that they, like, half-ended the Star Fox timeline with Command. I kind of hope they just say fuck it and ignore it. Like, just literally ignore Command or just soft remake it and just step by it. Let's just forget that DS game ever happened. Ever. Half those endings are terrible. Seriously, and they're awful, and they're very depressing. It's like, what the fuck did Fox do to deserve this? Kids today will never know, man. You used to get a new game in one of your favorite franchises every 2 years. If not faster. We had a Metroid game like every single year of my childhood. Basically. 2002 was Metroid Prime 1. 2003... maybe there wasn't one in 2003, but we also had Fusion in 2002. At the same time. And the games were developed side by side. So you could get rewards in both games. I forget what you got in Fusion, but in Prime you could play the Fusion suits. That was cool. I don't know if you could do that in the remastered collection, actually. 2004 was Prime 2. 2005 was Zero Mission. 2006 was Prime Hunters, which also had the demo, but I don't count the demo, because the demo's stupid. The demo has limited ammo, so you're inevitably going to run out of ammo and be beaten to death. It makes no sense. And then 2007 was Prime 3. And after that, that was kind of the end. And then 2010 was Other M. And now you're basically caught up. Honestly, that's pretty funny, all things considered. Like imagine that. It was like almost a 7-year stint of non-stop Metroid games. And then one day you wake up, okay, the Prime Trilogy's done, you know, they'll take a little break. Alright, cool, there's this new game, Other M. And then Other M comes out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then that was just it. They were like radio silent on Samus. And then you get a Federation Force. 5 years later. And then they find, now we're in the good timeline again. Now we're getting a Metroid game like every 2 or 3 years, and that is awesome. That gives me so much life right back into my veins. Hello, Narc. Welcome. We're gonna get 2 Pokemon done today, folks, and then after that, we'll just shoot the shit. We'll get 2 Pokemon done today. I wonder what Beyond was going to be before they restarted development on it. Like, that's something that's interesting. Like, I keep saying this with a lot of games where they're like, yeah, we had to restart development. It's not good. It's not ready. I wonder what Beyond was going to be beforehand. I hope they tell us someday, just out of curiosity. It probably was, like, a good idea, but maybe the gameplay just wasn't there. You know, like how they like to make the gameplay tie in with the story? That's, like, one of my favorite parts of Prime 2. Which, by the way, you know, if I had to talk about my favorite playthroughs I've ever done, Prime 2 is definitely up there. For sure. Prime 2 is easily up there for some of my favorite game or favorite playthroughs. The sad part, though, is that playthrough is now a decade old, actually. Huh. I didn't think of that till now. That was spring of 2015. Yeah. Damn, I'm old. Fuck. I may make a custom Warhammer army. How does that work? Is that like in a game, or is that like you're gonna make custom figures, or? Mind you, Prime came out before Fusion. Prime was the first Metroid game since Super Metroid, which was 8 years prior. So I guess Metroid just occasionally goes on like 8-year hiatuses, and that's just how it works. Which is not my favorite way to have games, but whatever. Okay, we could actually fight these things over here. Oh. Strong style. That is kit bashing? What is kit bashing? Like, you get your own figures and you paint them and you design them? Look, I'm sure you're both Warhammer fans. I actually said to Gundam Otaku, like, hey, let's actually do playthroughs on Space Marine 1 and Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 will be a co-op playthrough. Space Marine 1 won't be. I know nothing about Warhammer, but I'm kind of interested. You know, Army of Man, something, orcs are apparently in there for some reason. I don't know. I like that people are that into it. Basically, it's like, you know, an alternate version of Lego. You know, like for me, I'm more into Lego. That's like an alternate version of Lego. Custom colors. That's cool. Get to design their own flag and shit. I respect that. We're gonna have Lego streams at some point, by the way, guys. I'm gonna build that Lego A-Wing that I've had sitting around. There's like there's like almost 24 Lego things I want to build. Once I'm done setting up everything, I'll definitely do it. Moving stuff around. I gotta organize. We're waiting on bookcases, and then once they arrive, then I will organize all my books correctly, exactly the way I want them. All right. So there's other Bronzongs. Where the fuck are they? They're all up here. Oh my god. Okay. Might as well heal. Basically, you defeat all the ones up here, then you fly down once they don't respawn. Like if the day changes, you go back and farm them again. And then after this stream, yes, I will make sure I empty out my boxes. Oh my god, just alpha after alpha. Okay. There you go. Space Nazi Risk. Yeah, I don't know. It was never something I could really get into, but I respect that. It's cool to see how many people like it. Like, now that it's kind of entered my sphere of knowing, like, it's fun. I like it. I like seeing people talk about it. Not too much, though. I don't get too into it. It's cool seeing how many people really, like, enjoyed the game. The second one. I remember when the first one came out, but I was like, I don't know anything about Warhammer. I still have tons of stuff from that era to play anyway, so... The lore is very intricate. That's a huge selling point. You know, I think that games and series that have intricate lore is probably what makes me like them so much. Because it's like, on the surface, it's like, well, how much lore could a Pokemon game have? And in reality, Pokemon has a lot of lore. Now, they don't you know, again, it's Game Freak, but, you know, it's kind of cool. It's like I like Resident Evil. Like, I love Resident Evil because of all the crazy lore, right? Once 5 came out and, like, started canonizing shit, I thought that was one of the best things they ever added to a long-form series like Resident Evil. It's like, damn, if you're really into the plot, like, now you really get to learn about all these characters, right? They canonize the survival of certain characters and stuff like that. Etc., etc. The only thing I hate is that Resident Evil has this really awful pattern of introducing helper characters and then basically firing them. And there's no game that's guiltier of that than Resident Evil 0. Billy literally never returns, although admittedly that makes sense. And Rebecca basically gets permanently sidelined and never shows up again. But to be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you. Rebecca quite literally probably has the most understandable plot line. She's like, yeah, I'm only survived because of Chris. Like, literally, if we assume that both stories are equally canon, Rebecca does only survive because Chris saves her from the Hunter. Now, again, I don't know how that would work out. I'll be honest with you. The canonicity of Resident Evil is very much up for debate. Like, what's her name from RE6? What, Sherry? No, Helena. Helena Harper. Yeah, they like to add in their, you know, helper characters. Like, it would be too cliche if the same 6 characters showed up in every game, right? But basically, that's like every game, is you get one main character that people really know, and you get, like, some side character that just shows up once or twice. So, like, Carlos is cool. You know, Carlos is not, like, some villain. He might work for their UBCS. Was it the Umbrella Bioterrorism Countermeasure Service? I'm not sure what the B stands for. But yeah, like, he's not a villain. In fact, that's the whole point of Jill saying, like, you know you work for Umbrella. And he's like, what? Umbrella's cool. It's a shame, like, because I think that Carlos is one of the cooler characters, even if he is... They really play up his Hispanic origin a little bit too much in RE3, and then it's completely absent in the remake. But, you know, talk about RE3 remake is like... That's another rant I will not re-embark on. Just a very disappointing game, unfortunately. A lot of potential there that was not realized. Oh no! Holy fuck. It's not even a bad thing if I fight her, I just have the wrong Pokemon out front. Yeah, the BSAA is corrupt. Who knows what Resident Evil 9 will be like. Look, I want them to just remake the games. I don't want them to do all this weird storyline editing. Because if you're a Resident Evil fan, you already know the canon is so fucked. Like, everything is all over the place. They don't just give you one defined, like, order of events. Resident Evil 5 is the closest we got to that, and basically what they do is they just spoil and summarize every game up to that point that we know about. And even then, there's still stuff that's been added later on. That was one of the cool parts of Resident Evil 8. For anyone who has not seen that playthrough, whether it's mine or someone else's, or played it yourself, I actually ended up liking Resident Evil 8. I thought I was gonna, like, be kind of mid on it, like, you know, whatever, I'm not, like, super big on it or whatever. I ended up really liking it. That was one of my favorite playthroughs I think I did that year. Alright, here you go. Oh, you didn't notice me? Are you stupid? Oh, yeah. Okay, we get the money. No, I think they just ended it. They only wanted it to be a duology, like the God of War series. They knew that going in that the God of War Norse series was only going to be 2 games. I'm just more annoyed that we'll never get Kratos running around Egypt. Which would be so funny. That would be so peak. Just this dude running around Egypt. Oh shit. Hold on. What the fuck? Sorry, I was reading something. I'll reply to this in a minute. I've never heard this theme go on this long, by the way. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. Ethan is literally just the everyday, and I really love that. I love that Ethan is just some random dude. He marries this woman who just happens to work for some crazy shit. He's just some completely normal guy, just chilling, just having a fun time. I wonder if Resident Evil 4 was partially inspired by Resident Evil Gaiden. If you know Gaiden, basically the reason why you know it is probably because of the ending, which is abso-fucking-lutely non-canon. I mean, I don't even know how you would play Gaiden at this point. Like, where would you even go to play it? I wonder if they took the whole idea of a main character gets infected from Gaiden. I guess they did it in 3, though. Yeah. I guess it just became a very common thing to be like, well, now they have some real stake in it. Because I like Resident Evil 4. The only thing I say about Resident Evil 4 now is that now that I play it in the modern era, you could tell it's like each chapter is like a bunch of rooms kind of nonsensically stitched together. Maybe not like so much, but there's definitely some points in the castle where they just throw a bunch of shit together, you know? And they're like, it just feels like they had like a bunch of ideas that were good that just all got slammed together in the editing room. Okay, what do we have to do now? We're gonna go back to beating up on Carnivines once we're done with Dark Pulse, by the way, and we'll do that. You know, the fuck up everything was pretty unexpected. I do like that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, games that have a lot of lore is just really good. Games that have a lot of lore, just it's only positive. That's why I like it about Assassin's Creed. If you play a lot of Assassin's Creed games, like, the lore is really fucking cool, man. When you have a lore that's this in-depth, you can keep it going for so many years and add stuff to it meaningfully. And it doesn't really feel like you're just slamming stuff together just cuz. I really do like that. I wish Silent Hill had this. Unfortunately, Silent Hill's lore, ironically, Silent Hill has the opposite problem. 2 is almost a complete spin-off game that's barely referenced in other games. And unfortunately, 2 is the one that everyone knows and everyone talks about. And they're making a movie about it. They just had a remake about it. 2 is just, they know. And I don't hate them for it. I think 2 is great. I wrote an essay about 2, by the way. Someday I need to show that on stream. We need to go down some of my really awful writing. I got a really good grade on that essay. I did find it, though. I did find that essay. I was actually very proud of it. I gotta make sure I have it. I gotta go back and find it. Because I didn't title it Silent Hill 2 Essay. That was what fucked me up. I did not title it as such. What the fuck? Where was that? Where was that noise? What? Are you up here? Horror games usually do have good stories. Like, I don't want to say it's easy to write a good horror story, but it's easy to write... Okay, maybe I shouldn't use the word easy, because technically it's not easy, right? But, like, it's not hard to have a... Okay, you know what I'm saying. But, like, when you have that level of intrigue, that level of mystery, there's not a lot more that you need to get a player to really buy in. Does that make sense? You don't really need to put, like, a ton of effort to get some buy-in from the player. And I think that's one of my favorite parts about it. I wrote a 3,000-word essay about what a dumbass woman was to turn Bridget into a true and Guilty Gear Strive. I thought that... No, I'm thinking of Poison. Jesus. That's the other character that they did that for. Or they didn't do it? I don't know. I don't play fighting games. Actually, hold on. Let me ask Dax. He's gonna hate me. He's gonna be like, why are you messaging me? He's gonna be like, are you wanting to do recollection now? It's probably not free. That's okay. If he's not free, it's no biggie. That's his game, right? Guilty Gear? I think you say he was a Guilty Gear. Was it Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue? Or Final... What is it? Final Fight? Final Fight and Fatal Fury. Something like that. They took our nun trap away. I listen, don't put hour. I don't play that game. You're on your own. Strong style? Yeah. Oh, otaku kind? Dude, I don't know, man. I feel like otaku culture is definitely weird. It doesn't help that, like, in my head, I always hear Otacon say, "Are you an otaku too?" And Snake is like, "What the fuck? Why did I save this guy?" We know, Nard. We know. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna wrap this up by doing this. Don't worry, we still got time. But this is the last I could do. Like I say, I could only play this game so much at this point. If I'm doing grinding like this, I could only do so much of this game. I'll just be completely honest with you. So next time we do Ursa Luna and Wordier. And then that's it. Then we're on to evolutions. So I don't know when that'll be. It could be in May. It could be in June. It'll definitely be before ZA comes out. But we're basically beginning to wrap this up. Like, honestly, like I said, most of these are just combat. We've done all the really difficult ones. Now it's just like 40 and 40 for each style. One move for 40, one move for 25. And we've already caught enough of these. So, like, we don't even have to... Right? We already caught enough, correct? We caught 8. Yeah, we caught 8. We're fine. Yeah, there you go. Ursa Luna. I guess we're doing Ursa Luna next time. Double Edge will be great. Look at that. Look at all these stars. And then, like... Do I really want to do 70 Agile style moves? Like, is there any purpose to this? Recover? Like... Do I really want to do this, folks? Like, some of these are reasonable. Like, this is reasonable. Every single Pokemon here is reasonable. Do I want to do 70 Agile styles? Like, I have to see him self-destruct 40 times? Like, who the fuck wants to do this? Everything else is reasonable, though. So it's like, do I just, like, tough it out and just do 70 Agile styles with each of the Lake Trio? And then, where is it? The evolutions. Yeah, like, we have to use 70 Agile... Dude, fuck off. We have to spam Baby Doll Eyes 70 times with each evolution. Like, that's evil. Like, that's just fucking evil, man. But that's so doable. Like, that is literally just, like, the ultimate brain death stream. I'm gonna have everybody come on and just waste time, and everyone can talk. I'm gonna summon Dax. I'm gonna summon Gundam Otaku. I'm gonna summon Ash. And then Ash can just come on and talk about whatever, and Dax can come on and talk about whatever, because I'm going to suffer permanent brain damage doing this shit. If I have to sit there and do nothing. Ugh. It's not going to happen for a while, though. That'll be something over the summer. That whole stream could be put under fast forward. Think about how many legendaries we could do in one stream. 25 of one move, 25 of another, and what was that, a couple Agile styles? But we're still one stream away from all that, so we got time. Whew. So Headlong Rush is a ground move, and Double Edge, we could go to the fireplace, right? And just go down the fucking volcano over and over. What else is another good place for ground types? That's pretty much it, right? Or we could fight some of the rock types over here with Carnivine. No, we should go to the Mire. We should go to, was it? What's the Mirelands called? Is it the Crimson Mirelands? Whatever they're called. That's probably the play. We just go there, we use Headlong Rush, we do some double edges on whatever else, and then we call it a day. And then Wordier is like, we have to use a psychic move, so we have to fight fighting types. And then I think there's probably a normal move in there somewhere. I think for the evolutions, since we should do those before legendaries, because legendaries you can't re-encounter anyway, except Fion. That's like the only one allegedly you could re-encounter. I guess we do their move first, right? Whatever their unique move is, we spam that. Then afterwards, we thank you for one-shotting, by the way. Then afterwards, we just spam Baby Doll Eyes to make up the difference. I'm feeling like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not going to remember this, so hopefully someone here remembers it, because I'm going to forget this, and I'm going to be very annoyed when I think about it halfway through. But yeah. When you say Dizzy, I think of that one dude from Gears of War. Man, I love Pokemon. I fucking love this series. I gotta make sure I have nothing to do on 14, though. Narg, I like Spray, just stop reading chat and nothing we are going on about will help with the lore for Space Marine games. It's fine, don't worry. They did the same thing to Jade in the new Mortal Kombat, by the way. You know, because Mortal Kombat was known iconically for big boobs and, like, you know, tons of gore. And now they're just like, it feels like so many other franchises before them, they're just, like, ashamed of what they were. So now you're not allowed to have it anymore. And, like, sometimes having outfits that aren't, like, inherently ridiculously sexualized is cool. But I don't think there's, I don't know why there's, like, such a negative connotation when you appeal to males via sexualization. But not when you appeal to females with their media. Well, I know why they do it. What the fuck? Okay. You know what, actually? I'm siding with the feminists on this one. Purge it. That's so funny, man. Oh my god. Purge it. Oh, I should have changed the time. Fuck. I wasn't thinking. I was too busy laughing at this. You really think it was minorities? Actually, I'm gonna stop. Actually, it kind of was. It was a little bit of column A, a little bit of the HR department. Like, you know that feeling when, like, your parents get home, specifically your mom, and all the fun gets sucked out of the room? Just any fun and enjoyment you were having is just gone. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. What the fuck is this? Okay. I don't know. It looks different. I've never seen it in that light before. Alright. Can one of you spawn, please? Like, now I need the weather to change. The weather's not changing. And now we have to slowly wait for it to turn to nighttime, which is actually kind of nice. Like, all things considered, some things about this game look really nice. Like, look at this. This is beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Like, how often is it you could even get a Pokemon game where you could go in first person? This might be the first one that doesn't have a camera feature. Usually it's a camera feature. Oh, here we go. Like, I don't know. I don't think every game needs to have super ridiculous, over-the-top, sexy outfits. So I didn't, like, Mortal Kombat can be whatever. I usually just dress up my characters, like, in tons of armor and shit. Okay, there you go. That's literally it. That's all I needed, by the way. Okay, well, I'm done. I can't stomach anymore. Let's go grab some of these packages, though, I guess. So that way I'm not missing out on this. A deal from the other side woke up to justice, which is your current president. Not the way some people talk about it. If there's one thing that I do not get along with on politics with my family, or if there's one thing I don't get along with, it's politics. Dude, why does Steelix look so shiny in this game? Like literally just, like, sheened. Like, what the fuck? That looks awesome. I will say the meme fuel has returned, just like in 2016. The only thing that sucks is that 4chan is down. Fucking poll is down, dude. What a pain in the ass. Like, I barely use poll, but the one time, like, you would want to use poll, and it's down. All of 4chan is down because they never fucking updated their source code. And so, like, what the fuck? You guys literally never updated your source code since you sold the website to Moot? Or since Moot sold the website? Like, how fucking dumb is that? So now they have to completely rewrite the entire source code of the fucking website. From scratch, almost. From near scratch. It's gonna take them months. It could take them weeks. It could take them months. Who knows when they'll get it back online, if ever. They could just come out tomorrow and be like, this is too much work and we're not getting paid enough because we're literal Jannies. We do it for free. Still, the amount of stuff that got spilled was a lot. I was actually surprised. They literally got owned. Glowy website. Yeah, you know how many IPs come from Israel and other places? Yeah, actually. For once, people were dead fucking on about that. Wait, what was that? What was that? Oh, it's a node. But if there's one thing I have to say, unlike a lot of other websites, you know, like, you can go on 4chan and post counterculture posts. I mean, like, as much as it is, I think it's a containment board where they just fill it with fucking propaganda. I don't think that they really do much to sway people on it, because I think they know they can't. Unlike Reddit, you go on Reddit, you get banned off other subreddits just merely for posting on a subreddit that the mods don't like. Like, Reddit is literally worse in almost every aspect. There just is no good online forum, because it's either over-moderated or infiltrated. There's no in-between. You go on Reddit, some moderator just doesn't like your post, he just doesn't like anything about you, and he deletes your shit, kicks you off the subreddit. You didn't even break a subreddit rule. And then you're like, hey, what rule did I break? And then they just never respond to you, because they just don't want you on the fucking subreddit. So it's stupid. And that's why I fucking hate Reddit. They just outright ban and quarantine any subreddit that they don't like. And it's like, well, what the fuck? So you get one fucking side of any argument on Reddit, the left side. You never get anything else. Because they either have quarantined or banned the subreddits out into oblivion. You can never go on it. And then people on Reddit will be like, I want to hear from the other side. And it's like, you're never going to hear from the other side. They banned everyone. They banned all the subreddits. They're not on here. So now they're just on Twitter. Which is a W for Twitter and an L for everything else. What the fuck? I stay home to take care of stuff that had to be watered. After 2 days, I start feeling sick. Eyes and nose are burning. My lung is burning. Oh, what is it? Pollen? I don't even think I want to do this. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired. No, but let's go outside. Let's shuffle it. Sorry, allergies. That's what it's called. Not pollen. Allergies. You have an allergy to pollen, maybe. Unless you had food poisoning. I don't know. I'll wait for his post. I'll wait for his post before I decide. It's a terrible way of putting it. Alright, like, why do we have all these? I gotta go through each and every one of these Pokemon. Like, why do we have all these Pokemon? Maybe I should just do that now on the stream, because I'm gonna not do it afterwards. Alright, because the only thing left for us is Word Ear. Yeah, let's just do that on Pokemon Home, I guess. Blue check marks need to be knocked down a few pegs. I don't even think the blue check marks are necessarily the... What? Where the fuck is it? I don't even think blue check marks are even necessarily the problem. It's just... You just can't have discussion with people. And I get that they don't just want to turn it into a slur fest, right? But, like, I don't know. I feel like the way Reddit goes about it is... I don't feel. You could watch them do it in real time. What the fuck? Why am I fucking wiggle wording that? What the hell did you do to the house? Oh, it takes... Oh, they were drying hot peppers? That's funny. At least it wasn't anything serious. Slurfest is fun. Not really. If you want to have an actual exchange of ideas, it's not. Like, if you want to actually discuss different things with people, then you're not going to accomplish anything if all you do is yell at each other all day. You know what I mean? Like, it's just way better for people to actually have a forum where they could discuss topics, discuss things. And yeah, maybe people don't always agree on every little thing at all. Wait, how do I see, No. Oh my god. How do I do this? I haven't done this in ages, dude. Okay. I like how Eevee's old cry is just completely dead and forgotten. That's actually really funny. Okay. Well, Sliggoo we might as well leave. It's got modest nature, which is decent. Careful, Eevee. We should evolve that into Umbreon. How do you even evolve Eevee into Umbreon? I have no idea in this game. Togekiss. Gentle Nature Sylveon. Oh, but I can't... No, I have to leave Sylveon because you can't import it into BDSP because BDSP fucking suck. So you can't do anything with it. Excellent. Yeah, let's just import Pokemon I could drop into Shining Pearl. And then that'll be good enough for me. Okay, no, we're not going to take Altissima. That's actually probably a clip on the YouTube channel, or on the Twitch channel. Is this thing running into a tree for like 5 minutes straight. Oops. Any political subreddit burns my eyes. I just don't know how these people fucking exist. It's like, I'll walk into the living room and I'll just see my mom just watching stuff over and over and over. And she doesn't even care if it's fake or not. It's just like, it's like misery porn. It's just misery porn is the only way I could say it. And, like, we could sit here and we could, like, objectively go look at things, and we could go fact-check other things or whatever. She just doesn't care. Like, there is a sizable amount of people that genuinely believe that, like, Rittenhouse just gunned down 3 black people out of nowhere. And they you know, like, I remember watching the trial. I was watching it on fucking Nick Ricada's stream ages ago. And I was like, I don't know anything about this. Let me watch this. Let me watch alongside it. That's actually why I stuck around for the Johnny Depp shit on his trial. Whichever came first. I forget which was which. And I remember watching. I'm like, that's not at all what people are saying. They just believe it's AI because they just don't like it. And I was like, well wait a minute. I just genuinely couldn't believe that people are sitting here just saying, oh, well, that's not what happened. And I'm literally watching the video of him run like fucking hell down the street. Just like Jonathan Major when he was running from the white lady. I don't know her name. It doesn't matter. Jonathan Major tanked his whole fucking career messing around with this white lady and then saying he didn't hit her. And we all know he hit her. Which is not what he should have said. He should have said that he hit her because he was scared he was going to be hurt more. I mean, this dude is a 6-foot-tall black guy anyway. He's cooked regardless. But, like, you know, my point still stands. Don't say you didn't hit her and you hit her. It doesn't even make sense. Say you hit her because you were scared you were going to get hurt more. Because I believe they both hit each other. But one of you is a 6-foot-tall black dude. The other one is like some scrawny blonde white lady. Like, what do you think? Who do you think people are going to believe? And it's fucked. I think they're both unhealthy for each other. I don't even know why people stay together if you're just going to beat up each other that much. Like, why the fuck are you wasting everyone's time? Oh lord, this game is gonna be unusable. Holy shit! This game is approaching unusability, dude. Unusability. I'm happy my side is winning right now. Don't get too happy. It could all disappear tomorrow. Even when you win, you should always be like, well, how am I going to get fucked next time? That's how I like to look at things. How's my day going? In Sync Lover, it's going alright. Things are going well. Just another day in paradise. Another day. Almost done with the decks in this game. We almost have every challenge done. It's great. I'm so excited. Woohoo. And by that, I mean I'm so tired, boss. No more, please. I have to literally be grabbed. My boss has to force me to do this shit, man. I've been doing this for too long. Was this the Mag Mortar I used? Some of these might actually be the Pokemon I used to complete the dexes. I should have replaced them. Was it you? No. I think you were used. Maybe. Okay, we won't replace you. Okay, we got some boxes. That's really all that matters. As long as we clean up some boxes, the game will be playable again. And then someday, look, I'm thinking like next month we do one stream, we try to beat Wordeer and, oh shit, another shiny, holy shit. We try to complete Wordeer and like, oh damn, we got some good Pokemon actually. Hit Powdon. Did I use... Who even knows anymore, bruh? If I really cared, I should have taken care of this months ago. Who even knows why I caught any of these Pokemon? Not me. Okay. Bye, bye, bye. That's them? Yeah, ain't no lie. Bye, bye. I never was into boy bands like that. Yo, but speaking of 2007, that was my Linkin Park era. Oh, shit. I was so into Linkin Park back then, man. That was my shit. Oops, I can't import Avalugg. Whoops. There you go. Alright. It's gonna work out. It's fine. Backstreet Boys. That's the other one. Yeah, I don't know. My knowledge of music isn't as good. Like, I don't listen to a ton of artists. I like the internet era, like the modern era, because you get to find, like, really niche people. Although I guess they're only niche if you just don't, like, do a lot. You think I could fit Avalugg into Shield? Is it in this game? I haven't played this game in 2 years, by the way. In case you're wondering how the Shield playthrough is going, the last time I played Shield was May 2nd, 2023. I'm gonna ask you this once. Do I like hip-hop? Yeah. A little bit. Not too much. Not like I used to. I used to listen to way more. Wow, the last time I played Sword was 2 years ago. What happened on it? What did I even do on that stream? Who knows? And the last time I played this was when I caught Mewtwo. That's right. Yeah, so in case you're wondering how these two playthroughs are going, I still have them stored on the channel. I just, I have moved them to future dates that have yet to occur. Like, far off in the future. So someday I will actually go back and play these. We'll torture ourselves. It's gonna be fucking awful, dude. Now, this I played relatively recently, yeah. This I haven't played in a year. In case you're wondering how that's going. No, not... What is Avalugg in? I guess I just drop it in Scarlet. Hip-hop's okay. Like, I don't know, like... I had a little bit of a rap phase, but not really. Like, it's never been something I'm, like, super into. Like, I never listened to, like, Eminem. It's more, like, very specific things. In particular. We are in the Mass Effect timeline. Well, remember, the Mass Effect timeline doesn't start until they go to Mars. I get what you're saying. Like, it's like an adjacent thing. But the Mass Effect timeline starts when they go to Mars and they discover the Prothean ruins, which allows them to find the mass relay hidden inside Sharon, which is a, it's not a planet, it's a mass relay that's frozen in ice, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I played Mass Effect, and honestly, I should go back and play Mass Effect 1 to beat it on Insanity, so we could do Mass Effect 2 on Insanity, because that's going to be hilarious, because Mass Effect 2 on Insanity is torture, Mass Effect 1 on Insanity is at least kind of fun. Like, the gunfights take a long time, but it's at least kind of fun to play out. And maybe I'll even get annoyed or something, I don't know. There's that one mission, the IFF mission, I remember taking, like, multiple hours on that checkpoint. And then I finally beat it, and I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, thank God. Oh. Yeah, it was Sharon. I think the whole moon was a relay. I think that's how it is, because, you know, Pluto is not a real planet anymore. Unfortunately. Pluto enjoyers don't get to enjoy anything anymore. Can you swap? No. Alright, when did we meet this dude? October 25th. You're August. What the fuck? Why are you here? I don't even know where August is, dudes. Damn it. Shit, it's after the dust docks. Hilarious. I didn't need to do any of that movement. Would you believe that shit? Try to keep my shinies in chronological order. It's going just about as well as you would expect. There you go. And where is this Glalie exactly? October 25th. Same day? Dude, that's why, like, watching these streams back is gonna be such a crazy fucking timeline. Because, like, all this shit happens on, like, the same day. What? There you go. We're onto a new box of shinies, folks. This will probably be the last box. I couldn't imagine filling up another box full of shinies. I'm just being honest here. Okay. Why the fuck did I catch any of these? Oh, Maki. Okay, that was a viewer. So I will not damn viewer Pokemon to the abyss if I can help it. I might have accidentally done it. I just wasn't looking. Haunch Crow, Snorunt. Lucario, Scyther. Which, by the way, I'm very grateful for everyone who has ever stopped by a stream of this game. I know it's not the most interesting and high-action streams anymore, at least. Maybe it was at a time, not anymore, but this is genuinely what I like about Pokemon, is you just gradually, slowly accomplish something every single stream. Were you the one I... Wait, what? What? Yes, you were. I'm not getting rid of you. Why'd I catch so many Growlithes? Who even knows? Okay. Alright, these are all just Pokemon. Technically this I guess I'll keep the Rapidash. What about Haunch Crow? Was this the Haunch Crow I used to max the dex? Yeah. I'm trying not to get rid of any Pokemon I use to max the dex. Just because I use them. I put resources into them, but... Like, I'm sure this Rhyperior is probably the one I used. No. I like how they have no ability, by the way. Okay. Do we need these unknown? Dartrix. Okay. Wait, I can't drop all these into Shining Pearl. Oh, fuck. Okay. That's great. Alpha Wurmple, Alpha Clefable, Alpha Vespiquen, Alpha Graveler. Like, what do we care about this for? Probably nothing. Okay. Alright, that should be enough. We shouldn't have to move more than that. October 25th, that's the day of the world... Wait, that's really the date in Fallout? Yeah. Yeah, something like that. I kind of remember that a little bit when we were playing Fallout 4. Dude, can you believe Fallout 4 is over? That's so crazy to me. That was like peak performance. We were on some real demon hours playing that game. What's worse, going out and finding aliens or more humans? It depends on the intention. So if this is the Mass Effect universe, finding aliens, yeah, there was a contact war, which is not great, obviously. A lot of people died in that, and in fact, the remnants of that is kind of like a backdrop for a lot of racial tensions in Mass Effect. But ultimately, most aliens didn't have bad intentions, per se. They were more like, wow, what the fuck are they doing tampering with a mass relay? You're not supposed to do that. That's really more where it comes along with. It depends on their intent. It's the 23rd. Okay, close. Close enough. More humans? I mean, I don't know. The question would remain, why are they separate from you? If they're literally the same species, why are they separated? Because if they were separate over a long period of time, they would have different DNA, right? They would evolve differently. So it depends. Like, how recently were you separated? Were you stolen away 10,000 years ago? Or did you fork off from the rest of us like a couple million years ago? And you're basically a completely separate species with a completely separate language. But hopefully it doesn't devolve into the real villains and the real monsters are humans, because that's such an overdone trope, and I'm getting a little sick of it. I think everyone understands that that trope is, like, just done to fucking death, too. Oh, wow, I'm actually out of room in this game. Huh. I guess I can't really dump a ton more into Scarlet. Yeah, I moved my living dex in Scarlet, or into Scarlet, by the way, as you could see. I totally forgot about that. And I never booted the game up to get to get the shiny charm. I remember now. Yeah, I was also booted up and I never did that. So, here's my living dex. It's not going too well. I'm missing tons of Pokemon for no fucking reason. And all this could be solved if I were to import them at any point. Like, how have I never imported Vileplume. Like, these are all Pokemon from Sword and Shield I just never imported. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I really don't want to pay for Pokemon Home. Like, it just does not appeal to me. Obviously, you know I have all these fucking Pokemon, and I've had them for forever. Like... I could be the king of Pokemon Home, dude. What Pokemon do I not have from Paldea? Oh, I've never deposited any of these. Wait, how couldn't I have? Oh, because I think I only moved the base game living dex. Although apparently I don't have Armor Rouge. I don't even know how this works, man. This shit is stupid. Wait, really? What? Yeah, this is fucking stupid, man. Yeah, like, I don't have any of these. Okay, anyway, go fuck yourself. Alright. That's enough of that. So, Earth is the lost colony? Holy shit. That could be the basis for, like, a really interesting show. Doesn't even have to be a super dark or super violent show. It could be like a, damn, how do we lose you guys? Like, and obviously the humans on Earth are going to be like, lose? We've been here the whole time. What are you talking about? What? And like, it turns out we forgot all about it or some shit. Like, Noah's Ark was actually a spaceship that crashed and has been lost and disintegrated, and it brought humans here. So that's why we're not too evolutionarily distant. We're just, like, kind of really closely related to, I guess, monkeys. I don't know how that would work out. Whatever. Maybe we left. We got super technologically advanced. We came back to recolonize the Earth or some shit. So we would still have our a little bit of DNA or some shit. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. That would be like a good sci-fi show. Just enough cheese to make it entertaining. Okay, let me do this. Thank you. It did not freeze. Alright, we're basically done, folks. I'm gonna clock out early. I'm tired. I mean, I'm always tired. I'll let you know when I'm not tired, but, you know, we did do some stuff. We got a lot of good progress done. So I'm going to update the Pokemon chart. Today is 4/20/2025. You know I had to do it to him. We have 2 Pokemon done, which is Overquill and Cleavor. That means that today we did 2 Pokemon. We are at 88.02%. And then we could change them, Cleavor and Overquill. We could change it to be green. So that's it. Ursaluna and Wordeer are the only non-evolution, non-legendary Pokemon left. So after this, I mean, like I said, it's spam baby doll eyes. There literally could be nothing more boring than spamming baby doll eyes 70 times. No, that's why you don't do that first. You do the other move first. I'm going to try to remember that. That's like 2 streams away. Man, who knows? Anyway, thanks Narc, thanks Viv, thanks InSync Lover. Much appreciated. Thank you all for stopping by. Tomorrow will be Rise of Ronin, assuming everything goes to plan, which will be good. Actually, wait a minute. Before I leave. Oh, fuck is it? Boot this real quick. Real quick. Which, by the way, I love this new loading symbol. Do they have any of the fusion stuff here? Or, like, do you have to unlock it? I actually don't know. Let me see. Oh my god, seeing this in 60 FPS is mind-blowing. Good lord. Options. Extras. Can you change... How do you unlock the rest of this? Is it based on time? Maybe. I have no idea. Maybe you can't. Huh. Maybe you can't unlock the fusion suit in this version? Damn, that must suck. Oh well. Can you? Let me see. Probably not. Metroid Prime Remastered Fusion Suit? It says Fusion Suit Mod. Yeah, it doesn't come back. It's locked behind an inaccessible value. Yeah, it's not being made available. That sucks. Oh well. It's in the game, but it's not obtainable. Its flag is set to false, meaning it might... That sucks. Regular mode playthrough does not unlock the fusion suit. No, its flag is saying false. Yeah, no, they're definitely not doing it. Oh well. And if Retro Studios is probably aware, that sucks. Oh well. It's not included. Okay. That kind of sucks. I was just wondering about that. I was like, huh. I wonder if the fusion suit's in this game. Sadly, it's not unlockable. Probably the biggest L of this remaster is that you cannot get something that is in the code of the game. It has just been locked. They probably couldn't find a creative way to make it unlockable, and instead of just saying, hey, you beat the game, here, have it, it's just not there. That sucks. Oh well. Look, it took me years before I even figured this one out anyway, so. All right, I'm out of here, folks. Y'all have a good night.